So now, Mr. Bührle, we are looking very much forward to your talk and see how laser technologies can make an impact to lips.
Yeah.
Stage is yours.
Thank you very much. So I hope it's working now. We had some technical issue with the presentation. Welcome from my side. I would like to lead you today through, let's say, industrialized and also potential laser applications within the entire process chain of lithium-ion battery manufacturing. And shortly, TRUMPF is a high-tech company. We are leading in industrial lasers, so we're building laser systems and laser sources, sensors, and optical components. And we're serving many industries. And the automotive industry is our main industry where we are looking on, where our business is. And last year, the share of e-mobility has growing bigger than the overall in the overall share of our order entry in the, let's say, the conventional automotive business. So we are very much introduced with our laser applications in body in white, in powertrain applications. But we see that more and more our applications are shifting into the battery and battery cell, and even on the electrode level, we have detected many laser applications. And like I said, with the new e-mobility world, our business is growing bigger than with this conventional world. So what are the main challenges for, let's say, e-mobility and the batteries? The main challenges are safety, it's higher energy density, and its cost. And of course, we have heard a lot about the chemistry inside the battery cell. But the laser as a manufacturing tool is also contributing very much to these three factors. Higher density means not changing the chemistry, but changing the materials. So we have heard about one challenge is to reducing thickness of foils. Combine different material combinations like copper with aluminium, for example. And to join these materials, we can, let's say, increase density because we can help to reduce the amount of material in a battery cell. Safety, it's not only chemistry, it's also about having repeatable joints of contacting within a battery cell. So you imagine when you do busbar welding, for example, on a battery module with many busbars on top of prismatic cells, you have so many welds, and every single weld has to be very repeatable. You don't want to have pores inside, you don't want to have spatters. And when you close a prismatic cell, for example, you have a leak-proven closing of your prismatic cell case. And for this, basically, the properties of laser are perfect. So it's a very energy. We have a high spot energy in a dense way, so we can weld very fast, and that means reduce costs of production. We are bringing very less heat into the welding joint, and it's a very flexible tool, so we are able with one laser to join different materials, usually without the apportion of additives. When we look on the process chain of battery manufacturing, I have marked, let's say, the symbol of an established and new ideas or new potential applications. So we find almost in every single production step, from the electrode manufacturing up till the battery module manufacturing, laser applications. And I mean laser applications in the full range, from ultra short pulse for cleaning, for a treatment on the surface, making penetration, small dimplings in the surface of an electrode, doing electrode drying, up to, let's say, the hard case or the battery tray welding. When we look on the laser applications, I have collected here the different laser application I just wrote down. So you see on the left side, I marked in green as, let's say, to develop new laser applications, and in blue are completely industrial laser applications. So on the left side, where you see on the electrode level, there's a lot of potential for us. So basically we are doing laser notching and cutting of the electrode foil. We have seen an example yesterday. But we also think that there's high potential for improving the drying process, reduce drying lengths in the ovens, or do different things. Of course, in the prismatic cell, since it's a hard case, there are a lot of different contact applications. So you can see a big range of different laser applications, and also in the cylindric and the pouched cells, of course. So I want to show you, just because the time is short, I want to give you a few examples just to give you an appetite. So one of the main applications is the internal and external contacting, let's say, current carrying components in a battery cell or in a module system. And we have developed and patented different solutions on the infrared level, the lasers with infrared wavelengths, and also we have developed special laser sources for the welding of high brilliant materials like copper, for example. You should see now 2 videos. Maybe you could click them. These are high-speed videos. It's a typical, or should I do it? Yeah, I started. So we have basically, this is a bus bar welding. It's an aluminum blade welded on the terminal block. So it's the laser is penetrating through this aluminum blade. And you see on the left side, both images or both videos is the same, exactly the same laser. And we have developed and patented a special beam shaping solution to reduce the spatter projections in this welding process. And this is a key element for this application, because you need a very repeatable weld, and you don't want to have any pores and spatter in your welding process. And this is just to see, what you see on the left side of the video, the spatters are just blowing off, and they're baking in the environment when you do the bus bar welding. And it's exactly the same laser power, it's the same welding speed, it's the same laser, just we have these beam shaping elements inside here and able to not completely reduce, but to a very significant level and let's say increase the yield rate in this manufacturing process. Another example is joining 2 materials with different properties together. You're taking aluminum, for example, you want to weld with copper, 2 materials with a completely different behavior, absorption of the laser, melting points. So typically when you want to join copper on aluminum or aluminum copper, you have to have a solution for that. Basically when you want to join them, you always have an intermetallic phase. And an intermetallic phase of 2 different metals, you're creating a zone where there's a high potential for, let's say, pores or, let's say, not such a high tensile strength. And that's why we approach here in a different way. We're using a laser with a very concentrated spot, a single mode laser, and we are welding a different welding strategy to create a very small intermetallic phase, and that means we are welding on different levels, different sides, and welding in a pattern. So that means we are bringing very, very few heat in that process. And I show you in a video how it looks like. So for the eye later, this is like one welding spot, but we are distributing the power in a different pattern, and we are creating a very, very high joint of these 2 materials. And this allows us to weld copper on aluminum. The other way around, we do it differently. If you're interested, I can explain you later in detail after this presentation. Another key application is prismatic cells. So we heard that Volkswagen is posting heavily for prismatic cell format. And the key application is the closing of the prismatic can. That means welding the tap to the can and close this in a very homogeneous and good way. You cannot have any pores inside. The typical process here, or the state of the art, is 200 millimeters per second weld speed with an X-guided system. You see that in slow motion here. So this is very controlled, very good weldable, but we want to bring that on the next level. So we developed a process to weld this application with a scanner. So we are not using the machine. Imagine you have a scanner optic with very fast mirrors. You have the can underneath, and you need a sensor for the positioning, what you see here in the next video. So you see the top view through the optical channel on top of the can. So we're detecting the weld path to see if the part is in the correct position. Otherwise, we can shift the mirror and correct it. And after that, we are doing the pre-weld. That means the fixing of the tap to the can, and then we do the closing. And this process is more than double the speed, and we are right in the process for that. One application is also to be developed, closing of pouch cells. This is done in hot bars, and we have developed lasers, small lasers we are using for telecommunication. We are putting them together to a high power module, and we are irradiating the surface on this, let's say, on this welding area, and we'll be able to reduce the welding time of a pouch cell by 70–80% and increase the quality, repeatability, not putting a lot of heat inside. And last but not least is also interesting application for separator fabrication. So separator is usually done by stretching. A customer of us, he has developed a microprinting process, and the microprints are absorbing the irradiated by irradiation and are burning small tiny holes in the separator and creating, let's say, a higher quality in the separator production. Yeah. Also for the microprocess, patterning on the electrode, we do with ultra-short pulse laser to reduce the charging time, for example, for the electrode foils. Yeah, that's in a glance. Thank you very much. If you're interested to know more about the other 25 laser applications, just come and see me in the poster session. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Bührle. Unfortunately, we don't have so much time for questions. Maybe a quick one from my side. Is this something you already implement with partners, or is this something where you developed your technologies, your interesting technologies, and now you're in a stage to...
Yeah, you've seen there are a few of these applications. These are industrialized. We are selling a lot of lasers here. And some of them, they are just, let's say, on an R&D level, which I think it's good for new ideas.
That's why we are here today. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot once more.